Hey, I'm sitting on the patio and I want to make a video talking about something that happened to me kind of recently. Um, you can see the city, and this is what I look at every night when I come out and just kind of chill out. But I wanted to talk about something that happened to me recently, and I want to give you guys a lesson, hopefully, so you don't make the same mistake I did. So for any of the guys out there who are watching me who are doing good or doing okay financially in this trying time, because a lot of people are struggling right now, and a lot of people aren't making a lot of money, and a lot of people are fed up and complaining with the economic state of, the country and where it's at and how expensive everything is. I just wanted to tell you guys, as men right now, it's weird for us. It's weird because we're expected to be the financial providers, and we're expected to, show up and spend all this money for women when, on average it's saying that women are making more than us right now, and, things are changing and it's getting kind of weird. But I want to give you guys some advice from someone like me who keeps messing up here. So I went on a date a few days ago, and I met this girl naturally. Met her out in public and got her number, struck up a conversation, and we just talked a little bit. Asked her out on a date, and we were on a date the next day. And that's all well and good, but we get there, and I'll tell you guys this, just to summarize what I'm about to talk about. Don't spend $200 on a first date. Don't spend a lot of money on a first date, even if that's your style. If you're kind of like me, when I go on dates, my mentality is like, I'm also taking myself out. You know what I mean? So like, I'm going out and treating myself. So I would go do something that I would want to do. And what I like to do is go to nice restaurants. I like to go do nice stuff. I like to enjoy the finer things in life. And fortunately, because of what I do, I'm able to do that. Sorry, it's raining kind of hard. I'm going to move over here, but fortunately, because of my job and what I do, I'm able to do that. So me and this girl go on this date, and she's beautiful, of course, but there was a red flag right in the beginning that I just overlooked. And this is going to be a common theme with me, overlooking red flags because I'm lonely. We talked about, hey, show up dressed, a certain way, or, show up. I told her, like, hey, dress comfortably, but dress, in what makes you feel confident or whatever. And I put on a nice outfit, and I set a reservation, and I get there on time. She gets there about 10, 15, 20 minutes late. I don't know if that's a red flag, because a lot of dates I've been on, the girls tend to show up a little bit late, but, I show up on time for every date, but she shows up and she's in, like, a sweatsuit. It's like some very low effort shit she's got on. So, there's that. And in my gut, I knew that was a red flag. I was like, I told you show up in something comfortable and confident, but like you didn't put any effort in. This is as low effort as it gets, right? It's like pajamas almost. So that's what she did, but I overlooked it because she had a fat ass and she was pretty, and I was like, whatever. I'm gonna just keep going with the flow. So we're having drinks, and be careful when you drink on dates, because you're just gonna want to get tempted to keep buying more and more and more, especially if you're having a good time. What I do for work is I talk to people, so I'm pretty good at keeping a conversation flowing. But with this, you gotta just be careful with alcohol, guys. Alcohol will make you spend money fast, especially when you don't have it. But yeah, drinks are flowing, we're talking, having a good time. I'm not even thinking in the back of my mind that she's trying to use me or like play me or whatever. And I should have at least considered that. But I'm so enamored by, you know, her looks and the ass and the prospect of like being with a beautiful woman that it's like I don't even think about that, you know? So that's a pretty fucking dumb decision on my part to overlook that. But so the night goes on. I spend about $250 by the time dinner's over. We're talking. The conversations aren't like surface level, they're pretty good. We're laughing, but don't be deceived, guys. You can be having a great time on a date and a girl can still just be using you. That's one thing I've learned. Like, not all these girls love you. You know, like strippers. Like, that's why I don't go to strip clubs. Is like, these girls don't really love you, bro. Like, you're going and spending all this money and throwing these dollars, but what is it really getting you at the end of the day? It's not really getting you anything if you think about it. So the date goes good. We're talking. I'm hammered. She's kind of drunk. I mean, she ends up coming back to the hotel I was staying at, but I'm not trying anything because I'm being intentional, right? I'm not trying to just fuck. I'm trying to actually, you know, get to know this person. But this date happens, and then, you know, I think it goes great. You spend all this money, and then at the end of the day, she fucking just ghosts you. Doesn't text you, doesn't call you. This is so cool. I love my space. You guys can see this. I made this myself. But, and she ghosts your ass. Now what? So you just spent all that money, wasted that time, did all this thinking about how great it's gonna be, and, you know, put all this effort and energy into it, and then this is what you're left with. A whole lot of fucking nothing. So don't let your loneliness and don't let your financial situation, whether it be good at the moment or bad, determine the vetting process. And what I mean by that is, like, from now on, like, because this has been a pattern for me, I spend way too much on first dates. When you go on a date with somebody, what you're really doing is you're investing. You're seeing if this person is worth investing in. So you're trying to invest your time, emotional energy, emotional availability, your finances, especially as a man, because let's face it, a lot of women don't want to invest financially in a relationship. You know, and that can be a red flag for some people, but in some cultures it's just normal. You know, so the standards and the criteria have to hit for those boxes to want to get checked, for me to want to do that as a man. I have no problem being a provider, but you need to be checking those boxes for me as a woman to make me want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But don't do what I did, because I could have used that money. And, you know, $230, I can recover from that pretty easily, but a lot of guys out there, they can't really recover from that. That's tough. You know? So what could we have done differently? What could we have done to mitigate that loss or fix that situation? We could have, you know, just gone to a movie, done something cheaper, gone bowling, gone on a walk, gone to, you know, the park, whatever. And if she doesn't want to do that with you on a first date, if she's not willing to do anything unless it's like fancy wine and dine, that kind of gives you a good indication of what kind of person she is, right? That means she's probably a fucking bitch. So do something like that. And then just ask the right questions. You know, how does she react to stressful situations? Did she ever have a boyfriend that put their hands on her? Did she ever, you know, what's her relationship like with her dad? Those are questions you gotta ask. Especially if you're vetting a woman to be your woman. You know, because we can build some shit. Like, we built all this. Like, men built this shit. So I built this space, and this is an Airbnb that I give to people. That's a service that I give. I built this space to create memories for people and myself. So as men, we build things, but we can't give pieces of ourselves away so easily to people who don't deserve it, because it took a lot to get here. You know, I was homeless before I had this, and just in the words of Playboy Cardi, just to get like this, it took a long time. That's true for a lot of us. So vet these girls, but don't give yourself away too easily. You know, you're valuable. You have a lot of worth. And you need to internalize that and really believe that. Because if you don't believe it, who the fuck else is going to believe it? You know? So don't spend $250 on a first date. Don't be like me. You know, don't be a fucking clown. Just because you're lonely and you want love and you want a relationship, you do some goofy shit like spend a bunch of money on a first date. It's not the right way to do it. And if she's really cool and she's actually meant to be with you, she's not going to give a fuck about that because she's there for you. Now, this girl ghosted the fuck out of me, and she showed me how much she gave a fuck when she showed up to that date. And she didn't dress up or do anything cool like that. She just fucking showed up in, you know, a tracksuit. Fucking pathetic. But I'm good. I got my little patio that I made myself. I got my plants. I got this view. Can't be mad when I have this. I got my own place. I'm comfortable, especially during this trying time. I'm not homeless anymore. There's a lot to be thankful for. But I don't know. I just wanted to give you that lesson because this is something I had to learn the hard way, and I've done this a couple of times. I've spent some money on some girls. When you guys get some money, you're gonna want to spend it on girls. I'm gonna just please advise you don't do that. Just don't. You know, you're gonna want to impress these bitches with this money, but it's like, don't do it, bro. They're not worth it. Don't do it. All the richest people I've ever met, all my clients who are millionaires, their wives are helping them get rich. They're not draining their bank account and being a fucking bitch, you know? They're helping them build that empire. That's what you should be looking for in a woman, is a person who wants to help you build that empire. So yeah, that's the video. If you want me to read one of your questions or give you some advice on a topic, go ahead and cash at me. I don't care. Send whatever's comfortable to you. Just send me whatever. I don't care if you send me a cent, $2, $3, $20, $100, $1,000. I don't care. If you send me 1,000, I'm probably gonna read yours first. Just saying. But send me a donation with your @ and DM me on Instagram, and I'll answer your question. But yeah, guys. I love you guys, man, and just remember to never forget that you can have everything you want as long as you stay consistent and as long as you actually believe and see yourself having that thing. I don't give a fuck how crazy what you're thinking is, you can have it, and I'm living proof of that. Alright, see ya.